to What's Right with the World with your host, Glenn Ambrose.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It's our New Year's version of What's Right with the World. Is this thing on?
Yes, please don't hit the microphone anymore. It goes right into my ears.
Oh, it's fun.
Is it?
Well, for me it is.
All right. Well, let's start the new year off. Actually, I shared, this was our first What's Right with the World share on Facebook for the new year. It was my time, in quotation marks. A Toronto woman graduates with a bachelor's degree at 79 years old.
Nice.
I thought that was a great, because so many people have New Year's resolutions and stuff, and people are thinking about did I miss my opportunity for something, or do I have enough time? Is it too late to make this change or whatever? And I thought this really heartwarming story of a 79-year-old woman in Toronto, finally getting her bachelor's degree and saying that this was her time to do for her. I thought that was awesome.
It is awesome. And that's one of the most common things. I mean, I work with people of all ages, and there's people that are, in their 70s and 80s. And, sometimes they go, geez, it's too late for me to do this or to change this and then, and that's what most people will be like, well, of course it is. No, it's not, because, and this lady just gave us an example of that. And, me being this is a conversation I have a lot. Me being 50 years old, the way I look at it is like my grandmother lived to 96. For me to hit 100, it's completely possible, especially with technology and everything. So I'm like halfway through. I've got a whole nother lifetime. And everything that's happened to me from 0 to 50, I got another set of that coming. So, and it blows people's minds when I talk about it like that, but that's the reality of it. And I have people in their 20s going, oh my God, I messed up my life. Now it's too late. And I remember it. So we have that feeling. That's a trick that our mind uses at any age. And I had it at 8 years old. When I was 8, I was like, all my friends were playing hockey. I grew up in a big hockey town. I was like, it was time for me to decide whether I wanted to play hockey or not. And I was like, nah, I'm already 8, man. My friends have been skating since they were 4. I'm kind of washed up. I kind of missed the window, which is absurd. Of course I could have started at 8,
That is exactly how I felt about baseball.
Yeah, but I was literally 8 years old thinking that I missed my opportunity.
Yeah.
That's whacked. So, it's wonderful that this lady sees the opportunity and did something she wanted to do at any age. And, you look at the picture of her on that post, and she's so filled with energy. That's life force. That's something that I always talk about. You don't see people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s accomplishing something that are low energy.
Yeah.
They are open to the life force flowing through them. They open themselves up to that. And that's why they're doing these things. It's wonderful.
Definitely. We talk a lot about, one of the book or whatever it was that gave you the original idea that we should be focusing more on this because so many great things have happened.
Yes.
Talked a lot about the decline in crime. That was one of the things that person mentioned. So I love to talk about these stories because it always reminds me of that. New York City's crime numbers have been on the decline for some time, but this Christmas marked the first 5-day period that not a single homicide was reported in the city for 5 straight days. The numbers are at an overall low at the end of 2018, an over 60-year low.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
New York City is at a low for over 60 years. That's phenomenal.
And there were no murders. Over 10 million people, nobody killed each each other for 5 days.
Yeah, which if you don't live around murder on a regular basis, you're like, well, that's not a big feat. But if you look at the numbers over the last 60 years, well, I shouldn't say that. If you look at the numbers in the last 6,000 years, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So
and
wonderful.
And finally, this is a post from last week. A choir that featured singers with dementia and their caregivers. So we've talked about on the show several times about how music can give those suffering with dementia, a great therapy. And this is a choir open to dementia patients and their caregivers coming to join and sing the songs.
There we go. There's always something we can do. It's amazing.
All right. What's right with your world, Glenn?
What's right with my world? Kind of everything. I'm going to go with everything. It's this. I've seen a lot, like from friends and people who are on the spiritual walk, about how 2018 was tough, or at least a portion of 2018 was tough. And, astrologically releasing over a 6-year period and all this stuff. And it's been transitional for me too. It's been very transitional. I transitioned 1,400 miles to live in Florida. But more than that, it's been energetically transitional, letting go, releasing a lot of stuff that no longer serves me and getting ready for this next chapter of my life. And it's, the new year, it's just kind of time to really embrace that stuff. Because it's not always comfortable going through that. And it sure as heck wasn't comfortable for me. But I know that I'm going to get on the other side of it, work through it. And now it's really about embracing the new, really getting excited for the year to come, really practicing gratitude on not only a daily basis, but a moment to moment basis to open up for the changes that are coming. And that's kind of what I'm really trying to focus on, gratitude and appreciation, and really anchoring myself in that vibration. So whatever is supposed to be coming can come, and I can allow it. So yeah, that's kind of it for me. I'm kind of grateful, really practicing gratitude in every little thing. So how about you? What's right in your world?
All right. So a couple weeks ago, we did a podcast at the end of 2018 called 3 Steps to Lasting Change.
We did.
And while we were having that conversation, I thought about how I had actually implemented those strategies a couple years before, and they worked really well towards the end of a year. So I did it again, and it's going really well. Lot of cool things are happening. A lot of new things are happening, and just a wonderful stress-free holiday season. Like, we had we hosted Thanksgiving. Christmas was really low key. Great time with my family. New Year's was perfect. Like, it was really awesome. Did some fun stuff yesterday, New Year's Day. You saw the videos that we put out. Yes.
Yeah. Dave and Allie singing, and yeah.
So it's just really awesome. Everything's been great, and I hope it keeps going.
Isn't it interesting? Like, when if we put a ton of pressure on how things are supposed to go and what's supposed to happen, and make these huge plans, and we get so stressed out, it's not even really enjoyable. And then when we pull away from that and just relax and enjoy the people we care about without all the big pressure and hoopla, it's like, oh, this is nice. Yeah. That's what it's meant to be. So it's great. Yeah. And I think a lot of people experience that. More people this year experienced a stress-free holiday, I think, than the year before. And
I agree.
From what I'm hearing, I think people are certainly waking up in a lot of ways, and this is one of them. So,
all right. Well, if you want to check out the video version of this show or a ton of other exclusive content, you can check out Glenn on Patreon. You can support the show there, patreon.com/Glenn Ambrose. If you want to get in contact with Glenn, glennambrose.com. You can find everything there. Look for new stuff in the new year. We have some new projects coming out, and some of that's going to start next week. So I highly suggest that you subscribe to Glenn Ambrose's YouTube channel. Just search Glenn Ambrose. And also older video versions of the podcast. You can't get them right when they come out. That's only for Patreon. But older episodes of the podcast, the full video is released, and you'll see those. They'll have a blue logo on his YouTube page. So there's a lot of fun content, and I'm looking forward to this year.
Yep. Fun stuff, new year. It's going to be a good one. I kind of feel like I'm getting ready for a ride. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a good one, but I don't feel pressure on me. I feel like the universe is handling it all. So I'm just kind of buckling up for the ride. It's going to be fun.
Awesome.
All right. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we will talk with you soon.
Glenn is available for life coaching sessions. To book an appointment or for more information, go to glennambrose.com, follow him on Facebook and Twitter, or click the link in the description of this episode.